It is time now to turn up the heat. This is where I ask you a few questions. You give me your opinion. I will counter with mine. Who is the biggest star, in your opinion, in this World Series in the two teams?
Seager. I think Seager is a tremendous player. He was the World Series MVP in the pandemic year when they knocked off Tampa. This guy's a great player. I mean, that's all there is. He's underrated. People don't. He got hurt a little bit this year. He made that move to go to Texas. Who would have thought that Texas would be back in the World Series before the Dodgers would, when in fact he decided to go to Texas off that free agent year. He's a hacker. He swings at first pitches. He's very aggressive. He's a very good defensive shortstop. People don't realize that. He's tall, but he makes all the plays. I mean, he is top 10 player in the sport. There's no other way around. I went through it in my head the other day, and he's right there. You know, Betts and Freeman and Trout and Ohtani and Judge, Harper. I mean, he is in this category, and I think he's the best player in this series, so I'll say him.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me about Cory Seager. Normally, you and I don't agree on these things. He was mine as well. Cory Seager had two great postseason runs in the wild card round and the DS. Slowed down a little bit in the CS, but of course in Game 7 he was huge, had 3 hits, obviously that huge home run. He's just an all-around solid player. You mentioned his defense. I love Cory Seager. He showed he could be the MVP in the 2020 World Series, albeit it was a shortened season. I don't care. Everybody played 60 games. The Dodgers deserve to go to that World Series and win that World Series. So, okay, who do you think is the starting pitcher and reliever that you trust most in this series?
Now, that's an easy one. Eovaldi from the starting pitching perspective. And I know this is going to sound wacky. I might take Seawald as the guy that I might trust most of all. You know, the Clerk gave up that big home run to Altuve. But Eovaldi has been there before. He has been superb. He's not afraid of the big moment. He was great for the Red Sox. He's had a great career. He gets the ball. He keeps his mouth shut. He pitches. The team loves him. I think Eovaldi is the best starting pitcher, and I think Seawald here, you know, he's unheralded. A lot of people were surprised that Seattle made that trade. Their closer to Arizona. He was excellent against the Phillies. He attacks the hitters. He's sort of a very nomadic closer. You don't realize he's this good. And, you know, compared to the Texas bullpen, which you'd be a little concerned about, I can't put Ryan Thompson there or Frank, so I'll go Seawald and Eovaldi are the two best pitchers, one on each team in this best of 7.
Wow, we didn't even have this discussion together this morning. I, too, picked Nathan Eovaldi just because he's been there, done that. He's just so poised. 4-0, Chris, in the postseason, a 2.42 ERA in 4 starts this postseason. Lifetime, 8-3 with an ERA under 3 in the postseason. The guy knows how to pitch on the biggest stage in the biggest games. I go with him. As far as relievers are concerned, I picked one on the Arizona Diamondbacks, but I went with Kevin Ginkel instead of Paul Sewald. Kevin Ginkel has shown me something so far in the postseason. 6 shutout innings so far this year, but his hot streak extends far back before that. Since the start of June, he has a 1.62 ERA with 61 Ks in 50 innings and a 1.46 opponent's average against. He'll have to face, obviously, the Rangers offense, but he's allowed just 1 home run while facing 184 batters during that span. So Kevin Ginkel was perfect in Game 7 as far as that is concerned, was able to set up Paul Sewald to come out of the bullpen with a clean inning, just that 3-out save for the closer. So Kevin Ginkel is my guy. Okay, who is the most underrated player in the series? Now, you had earlier said Cory Seager. Are you going with him as your most underrated?
No. I'm going to take that Arizona shortstop. He's done he's done a good job. Switch hits.
Oh, Perdomo.
He's got a lot of big hits.
Perdomo. Okay.
Perdomo. He has not made a mistake defensively. He's a better hitter than you think he is. He hits some home runs. He attacks the ball. Doesn't appear to be afraid. I know that's a weird one. I'm going to take him. I didn't see too much of him in the regular season at, midnight watching the Arizona shortstop. But I think he's an unheralded player. And I like what I see out of him. Listen, I could obviously take anybody on Texas. They got a lot of unheralded guys. You know, Tavares he's got some. I have no problem with him. Moreno is a very good catcher for Arizona. But you wanted somebody out of the blue, I'll take him. I'll take Perdomo there, shortstop Arizona, as the most unheralded guy here in this series. keep an eye on him.
All right, I'm taking an Arizona Diamondback also, but I'm taking Gabriel Moreno. The kid is beyond his years and beyond his age. He's only 23 years old. The Diamondbacks were 66-40 when he started this year. Among catchers with at least 90 starts, only Will Smith and Adley Rutschman have a better team winning percentage when they start behind the plate. In 12 games this postseason, 3 home runs, 9 RBI, and a 952 OPS. But more than that, more than the offensive numbers for Moreno, I love the fact that he handles his pitching staff so well. He's only 23. He guides that pitching staff perfectly. He's phenomenal at framing. I know that's a big thing as of late, so I'm going with Gabriel Moreno as far as that is concerned. Okay, final question for you on Turn Up the Heat. What would a 4th World Series title mean for Bruce Bochy's legacy?
I think his legacy is okay anyway. I mean, I think that Texas this year had to have a pretty good year. A lot of folks thought, boy, he's been out of the game for 3 years. He's 68 years of age. Really? This is who they wanted? Nobody else wanted to go near him. So I think getting to the World Series and winning another pennant, I think his legacy is secured. But if you look at the managers who have won 4 championships in the history of baseball, you know, Dick Williams didn't win 4 championships. Sparky Anderson won 3. He didn't win 4 championships. And those guys, Waddy Herzog didn't win 4 championships. So he is going to go. Torrey won 4. Stengel won plenty. A lot of those are Yankee managers. This is how good this guy is. Francona has not won 4 championships. He won the 3 with the Red Sox. Let's see. He won 2 with the Red Sox. Farrell won the other. And then, of course, Cora. So I think in a lot of ways his legacy is secured. But if you put him with the 4, and Joe Davis had this stat the other night, so I'm stealing it from him. There's not, was it about 4 or 5 managers in history of baseball that got 4 titles, and he's got them with 2 different teams. And again, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. And this is going to bother GMs, I don't care. If you're an owner of a major league team, the 30 of them, and you say, so hold it now. He was available for 3 years, and we don't have him, and we got this guy, and this guy wanted to manage, and we didn't hire him. What, are we dumb? That's the thing I'd say. Because this guy wanted to manage, he was available, and Chris Young took him. And nobody else went near him, and he's the best manager in the sport. That would bother me if I owned the major league team. And again, does he need another one? No. I think his legacy is secured.
I agree with you. He doesn't need another one, but he would join only 5 other managers who have at least 4 World Series titles.